Hello, lovelies, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be talking about breakups. I'm going to be going into how to deal with a breakup and also how you know it's time to break up with somebody. Now, first thing I'm going to talk about is how you know it's time to break up with someone. So, generally, most of the time, one person really ends up hurt during a breakup more so than the other. Um, People break up for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes it's a mutual thing and both people are okay with it. But it's still kind of the loss of something. It's a loss of a relationship and time that you spent with that person. Now, knowing when to break up with a person is when y'all no longer communicate well, when you feel you can't be yourself anymore, it's just not comfortable, you're not happy, if you feel like you're not growing anymore with that person, or you're growing and that person's just staying in the same place and they don't have a desire to grow with you, those are really things that you have to take in consideration and be like, do I want to be with a person like this? Or do I want to be with someone that helps me grow, who wants to grow with me? And so those are a lot of things you have to take in consideration. You also have to consider how much time you've been with this person. Is there a reason why things have gone bad or that y'all have lost your spark? Because, like, relationships aren't easy and they're not always going to be a walk in the park. And I'm not saying to just give up on a person, but if things continue to just be blah, like just no emotion, no love, no appreciation for you or the other person, like if you just don't feel like you're happy anymore, you should leave. You should break up with that person because keep like you know, you can't keep trying to fix something that's not going to come back. And a lot of the times when I see people who are constantly off and on with a person, they're trying to get back to what they had originally, and I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. There's a reason why it didn't work out originally. So you trying to go back to that is like trying to go back to an old problem. Like, it's not going to get fixed. In the sense of it's not ever going to be the same. You're either going to continue living in the past or you're going to move forward and start fresh. And that's why a lot of people continuously break up and get back together and break up and get back together, because they're trying to get back to what they had in the past, but it's not there anymore. And so you got to start over. You got to make something new and fight for that. Quit trying to fight for whatever was in the past. So yeah, so if you're just no longer happy, like, just let that person go so they can start dealing with it, and they can move on and you can move on and you'll be good. Now, dealing with a breakup. Majority of the time, breakups are bad. Some of them end way worse than others. Like I said, there's people who it's a mutual thing and they're totally fine with it. It still hurts them, but they're better off, and they've decided that as two individuals. Um, Sorry, I'm like thirsty. So, one of the ways sorry. One of the ways um that I see a lot of people break up, especially lately, is cheating. Um they find out that their significant other is cheating, and some of the time it's not even physical, it's just emotional. And I think, personally, I feel like both are bad, but at the end of the day, you can't change what that person did. And, there's people who want to give endless chances or even a second chance to the person that cheated, and that's fine. But you start to become part of the problem when you continuously allow that behavior in your relationship. And what I mean by that is, like, at this point, they don't feel like you're gonna leave, so they're gonna go do whatever they want. Reason being is because they know you're not going anywhere, because you keep getting them chance after chance after chance to, fuck up. And so they're gonna be like, all right, well, I'm gonna go do whatever I want, and she gonna be there at the end of the day, or he's gonna be there at the end of the day. Because women cheat too. I don't I don't ever understand why, like, people want to act like women don't cheat just like men do, because they do, you know. I will never condone cheating. I think cheating is the most disgusting thing you could do as a person, but hey, that's other people, and that's a different video. um but to get over a breakup, especially with something like that, and just any breakup, the first thing that I always say for people to do, and what I usually do, is, and it's hard, and I would say to do it within like a week of the breakup, but cut off all communication first of all. Unless it's to give each other your stuff back, cut off all communication after that. Just, there's no point in you talking to them anymore. You don't have a relationship. There's nothing to discuss. Things are ended. Delete your pictures. Get rid of, little memories and stuff like that. Because if you keep that stuff, all you're going to do is look at it and dwell on it. And one of my biggest things is I'm not friends with my exes. I'm sorry. I've never been that type of person. I don't feel the need to be friends with them. Like, for what? Why am I going to be friends with you? I don't get it. But hey, to each his own. Some people are okay with that. I'm not. I just don't think you can be friends like right after, because there's still all that emotion and feeling, and it's not going to help either person move on. So that's why I say to cut off the communication, because then it gives you both time to really be individuals and live your lives separate, and then get your life back together without them. So I think that's such an important thing, along with getting rid of, all their stuff and just letting it go. Another thing I would do is, what I've done, I never gave it to them, but I just always wrote like how I felt about the situation, or how I felt about them and how they made me feel, and then I ripped it and I threw it away. And it's really freeing to get all those emotions out, even though they're not going to ever see it. Or if you want to give it to them, you can, but even though they're never going to see it, it just felt really good to get that all out. And then the moving on process, everyone's different. Sometimes it takes longer for people, sometimes it doesn't. Like, from my first relationship, it took me 2.5 years to even be in another relationship. Like, it just depends. And it wasn't that I wasn't moved on, it was just because it's hard to trust someone after that, like after the situation that I went through. But you have to give yourself the time to do it. You can't just jump from relationship to relationship, or have a rebound. Like, that right there is messed up in its own sense, because then you're playing with another person's feelings just like the person before you did. So you just need to really be by yourself and, enjoy your own time with you and your life, and be independent and be your own individual, and, discover more about yourself. Like, you might find stuff that you never even knew because you were so caught up in your relationship. You know what I mean? So just be you. And, it's a process, and you gotta give yourself the time, give yourself some TLC, and you're gonna be okay, because you don't need another person to be happy. I will never condone that either. You don't need another person to be happy. I'm sorry, but you don't. You're an individual. You came into this world on your own. You're going to leave on your own. So enjoy yourself and love yourself, and just really know that, you can be by yourself, but it's nice to have somebody else. You want that person there, but you don't need them. You don't need some man who's not going to treat you right and is going to keep doing you wrong. And you don't need a woman who's going to be doing you wrong and, being disrespectful, or anything that they do. to where you feel like you don't want to be with them or why they broke up with you. Just know you have to learn from that and not make the same mistakes in your next relationship. So, like, just give yourself the time and you're gonna be good. I promise you. Like I've said in a previous video, there's a million people in this world, and sometimes they don't even live where you live. Like for me, like my girlfriend lives in New York. I live in Texas. It's 1,500 miles away, and it sucks. But there's so many people, and it just depends on how you meet them, and you can meet your person, and they could be somewhere else. So just be open minded and just let yourself live, and don't put yourself in a box and think this is it. Keep growing and learning, and just always love yourself, and just put out positive vibes, and you're gonna get positive vibes back. I promise. So anyways, so that is my video for the day. I will post another video on Friday. I'm really excited for that one. I have some things planned, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, like I always say, like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And always, always, always spread love and positivity. I will see you guys at the end of the week. Bye.